What you're about to see is not real news. It is satire based on real news. The characters you're about to see are not real-life humans. They are frighteningly realistic puppets based on real-life humans. The views expressed in the show are not necessarily those of Starsat, its sponsors, its advertisers, or the nice lady that makes the coffee.
Captain's log, stardate 28647.5. We have left Federation space and are heading into uncharted territory, like our forefathers. We are committed to trekking far and wide for freedom and our God-given right to bliksem any twist that stands in our way.
Bloody hell, man! Where the fuck are we?
You're asking that and you're the science officer.
Huh? What makes you think that I am the science officer?
Because you're wearing a blue uniform, you, blue is science, gold is command, and red is engineering and security.
Yeah, trust you to know all that, cock, you big nerd.
Captain, I'm picking up a distress signal from a vessel 1,000 kilometers away. They say the engines have failed and they're stranded.
Well, we'd better go rescue them.
What on you?
Lock phasers onto their pooples and firemen. You missed jou dom doos.
I can't figure out all this cock works, man.
What are you doing? Why are you firing on us?
Because you look funny.
What? You didn't even know what we look like.
It was an educated guess.
And you weren't wrong, eh? Look at the ears on that muffy.
Look, we're a peaceful people, and we don't want any conflict with you.
Why? You scared of a fight, Bongkhad?
We are not afraid. It's just not our way. We don't even have weapons on our planet.
And what planet is that?
Nimbus, the fourth planet in this system. It's
Cut off communications, set course for Nimbus and arm the torpedoes. Let's go renovate some demographics.
Yeah.
Right, let's go!
Now we gotta stop them.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. It's a 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to teach them how to cook and clean for us, and steal their planet for a handful of shiny beads. To oppress where no man has oppressed before.
Isabel, we have to help Dineo. She's trying to kill herself.
No, Siso. It is Nicholas we should care about. What if he never gets his guy?
Forget Nicholas. What are we going to do about Chopper? That boy is heading for a fall and will probably end up in a coma.
At least Sinclair will never let Noluntu steal her man.
And cut.
Whew. Think we're in for a chance.
Look, they've fired everyone. Who else are they going to use? We're good looking, we've got TV experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the all-new cast of Generations.
We should have a new name though.
How about Generalizations?
I like it. Remember folks, you saw it here first.
On the other hand, this would mean working for the SABC.
Welcome to Puppet Nation, the show that isn't on the SABC. Former Chief of State Protocol Bruce Koloane has been appointed ambassador to the Netherlands.
Wasn't that the guy who shouldered the blame for Guptagate?
Yep, same guy. After accepting responsibility for the illegal landing of the Gupta jet at Vertrek, he was demoted to liaison officer.
And now, a year later, he's rewarded with a cushy diplomatic posting. Absolutely amazing.
Hey, me too. I have a good story to tell. I've only been a civil servant for 3 months, and already I am being deployed to be the ambassador to that country in South America. Oh, what's it called? Venezuela.
And what did you do to earn that posting?
I gave the guy a big contract without putting it out on tender. I didn't really. My boss did that. But he asked me to cover for him. Don't tell anyone, eh? Yeah? Hasta la vista, suckers. Perizuela, here I come. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
Parliament reconvened this week. I bet you didn't even know they were on a break.
One of the first things our MPs will be looking at is President Zuma's response to the Public Protector's report on the Nkandla scandal. I wonder if he'll even show up. Hi there, President Zuma.
May I say that you look quite delectable today, Deobra?
Well, yes. Thank you, Mr. President.
There's just something about you that says number 7.
If I may, Mr. Zuma, you didn't respond to the Public Protector's finding that you improperly benefited from the so-called security upgrades.
Yes, you are positively right, Justice. Those security upgrades are so cold. They didn't even put underfloor heating into Becca's rondavel. And shame, man, her feet get so cold.
You also didn't respond to Thuli Madonzelo's instruction to repay a percentage of the cost.
Well, it's up to Police Minister Natin Klerk to decide whether I should pay anything. Isn't it?
Sorry, that slipped out. How likely is it that Comrade Nkandla will bite the hand that feeds him?
I have 2 rules, Deobra. No biting and no pulling hair. And because I have no hair, that leaves just 1 rule. So, yes, in a way, you are right. But in another way, you are wrong.
You know who's going to take the rep for all of this, don't you?
Helen Ziller?
Probably. But my money is on the architect, Minenhle Makanya.
Yes, I expect he'll say it was all his fault and maybe repay a few million.
And this time next year, we'll be reading about the Honorable Makanya, South Africa's new ambassador to Washington.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Public Protector Thuli Madonsela has handed the Hawks a complaint that an unnamed cabinet minister is linked to drug trafficking syndicates.
Why are you asking me? Huh? Do I look like a drug dealer? Do I? Tender fraud? Yes. Taking bribes? Of course. Fiddling expenses? Absolutely. But drugs? How dare you? Wena, I will see you in court. I'm calling my lawyer right now. Where's my phone? That's not my phone. It's for baking. Whatever. 70 years ago, and I can still remember it all. We were dropped in Special Air Services. We had a mission, a job, to win back Europe and rid the world of fascist tyranny. I was in
Table!
I do beg your pardon, madam. I didn't see you.
Scheiße, verdammt, Trotte!
Sorry. So sorry. Humble apologies. Bloody Germans. They always get here first and pinch the best spots on the beach. Nice tits, though.
My father talks about D-Day like it was yesterday.
Really? He must be pretty old.
Not really. In my family, D-Day refers to Daga Day, the day my uncle planted an acre of wheat in the foothills of the Drakensberg.
Really? Wow. When was that?
Yesterday?
So much conflicting diet info. And the same goes for exercise. There's only one solution. There is? That's right. Anorexia. But how? It's easy. Just stop eating. I guarantee dramatic results within 2 weeks. But don't take my word for it. I lost 6 kilos in my first 2 weeks. And now I'm so thin, I can barely walk. And for some reason, I also have a tan. Anorexia. It really works. This commercial was produced by sociopaths who won't be held accountable for the symptoms of anorexia, which include osteoporosis, dental decay, hair loss, and in extreme cases, death. See the 1989 made-for-TV movie, The Karen Carpenter Story.
Speaking of anorexia, did you hear that Jennifer Lawrence is dating Chris Martin?
What does that have to do with anorexia?
Jennifer Lawrence, Hunger Games, hungry, anorexia.
Okay, Justice, we're drifting into treacherous terrain here, my friend. Let's get back to what we know for sure.
Like, really?
Oh, come on.
Okay, fine. So what's the latest from the Marikana Commission?
It's hard to say.
Would you like lice with that? Oops. Let me rephrase. Would you like fries with that?
You've had your chips, Mr. Ramaphosa.
I haven't. Could I get a Big Mac?
Did somebody call me?
Not really, but since you're here, could I ask you about the Nkandla investigation and what seems to be
Is that the time? Sorry. Got to go. Let me just take these nuggets out of context.
Mr. Ramaphosa, I can't help noticing that you still have blood on your hands.
I told you last week. That's tomato sauce. I keep wiping it off, but it keeps coming back. Out, damn sport.
Now, there's another Mac that can help you with that. Macbeth. He also discovered how tough it is to get rid of nasty ketchup stains. The city of Cape Town has called for public input on a recommendation to rename Table Bay Boulevard after former President F.W. de Klerk.
Just when you think Cape Town is ready to join the rest of South Africa, they go and pull a stunt like this. Unbelievable.
So you don't agree that F.W. de Klerk should have a road named after him?
Of course not. That man is
That man was a what, Deborah? Finish your sentence, girlie.
I was going to say that the man is a Nobel laureate. Of course, you should have a road named after you, sir.
Chicken.
I don't think a road should be named after me. I think a city should be named after me. I unbanned the ANC. I released Nelson Mandela, for God's sake. And they want to slap my name on some filthy boulevard. Please, do me a favor.
Oh, get over yourself, sir. All you did was reverse appalling decisions taken by your very own government. Any normal, right-thinking person would have done the same. I'm sure that's what you meant to tell him, hey?
What? Do you know who one of the people was who recommended this? Archbishop Tutu. That's who.
Tutu? Really? What the hell was he thinking?
Hello, Nobel colleague.
Archbishop, did you really?
We are a rainbow nation, living in a rainbow country, Deobra. We must love one another like sister and brother. Ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony. Imagine there's no heaven. No. Wait, that's not right.
Eskom is attempting to bypass pollution laws designed to protect our health.
At some coal plants, Eskom will pump out 8 times more pollution than the legal limit.
As a spokesman for Eskom, how do you respond to these charges?
Well, it depends who's making them.
The allegations are being leveled by Greenpeace.
Please, they're a bunch of bunny-hugging liberals with hairy armpits. What do they know?
So you're saying Eskom will comply with the anti-pollution laws?
Of course not. That would bankrupt us. But let me just say that our coal plants do not affect people's health.
Reports say that up to 20,000 lives could be saved if Eskom complied with pollution standards.
Coal is very healthy.
What's with all the smoke?
Sorry. I'm in the middle of a braai.
Now imagine 20,000 people choking on that every year.
No, man. This coal is wet. I pinched it from work.
But if Eskom is using wet coal, doesn't that mean...
Thank you very much, Eskom. You twice.
Welcome to another shocking episode of Hard Shout, where I lay it on the line and you shut up and watch. Today's guest is a man we all love to hate. He's the punching bag of the West. He's the lapdog of the East. He's Robert Mugabe, leader of the basket case of Africa.
I think you mean the bread basket of Africa.
Don't you dare tell me what I mean, mister.
I am not a mister. I am a president.
President? You've been driving Zimbabwe into the ground for the last 34 years. 34 years. You, sir, are a dictator.
Thank you. I've never felt better in my life.
90 years old, and SADC has just elected you chairman. I don't know who is madder, you or them. Who do you think you are? Methuselah?
Don't be silly. Methuselah lived for 969 years. I doubt I will even make half of
Great.
it.
So you're going to be around for, like, what, another 400 years? You're like some kind of cross between a vampire and a zombie. Maybe a vambi.
I prefer Zumpire.
Shut up! Let's talk about your wife.
Ah, Grace, light of my life, fire of my loins.
Please don't mention your loins again. So, she's going to take over from you, right?
So what? Why can't I keep Zimbabwe in the family? I mean, it's the African way.
Because it's a country, not a family business.
You, my dear, clearly haven't been here for some time.
The Mugabe dynasty. God help us all.
Good idea. Let us pray.
Sweet Jesus, please take this man, Robert Gabriel Mugabe.
You haven't finished the prayer, Deobra.
Really?
What if Mugabe really is, one of the living dead?
You believe in that voodoo shit?
It's not voodoo. I saw a documentary the other night about these people.
Okay, wait, let me guess. Dawn of the Living Dead.
Yeah, that's it. No, Shaun of the Dead.
And you thought it was a documentary?
It was a documentary. Nobody could make that stuff up.
Were you raised by wolves?
Now you're being silly. Let's go to an ad break. They should make a movie called The Land of the Living Brain Dead and put you in it. Deobra.
Parents, are you worried that toy dolls of today will give your daughter a skewed picture of motherhood? Say hello to Little Velma, the delightful bundle of trash that will dispel all those fanciful ideas about teenagers raising their own kids.
Feed me now, else I scream my head off! Oops.
And boy, can she lay it on thick when she wants to. Take advantage of our special introductory offer and we'll throw in these special child welfare support grants at no extra cost whatsoever. Act now. What have you got to lose?
Ha ha! I'm pissing myself!
At leading toy retailers across the East Rand.
That's just so wrong.
Compared to what? Gaza, Iraq, Syria, Steve Hofmeyr.
I used to play with dolls as a child.
I'm really surprised you're not a morphie.
How do you know that I'm not?
Oh, please. I've seen the way you look at me.
What? Like this?
That's the one.
Let's cross over to our comrades in the good old US of A.
The outrage over the police shooting an unarmed black teen in Missouri has led to the Hands Up campaign. African-American men photographing themselves with their hands up in surrender to demonstrate their unfair treatment by law enforcement.
Holy crap, it's the Crips! Please don't kill me. You can have my wallet here.
No, Mr. Trump, please.
Calm down. You're gonna knockout game me, aren't you? Don't. My hair can't handle it. Here, take the keys to the Taj Mahal. There you go. Have all the crab legs you want.
Celebrities across the country are raising awareness for ALS by taking the Ice Bucket Challenge. They need to donate money to medical research or publicly dump a pail of frigid water over their heads. Now that's a cause I can support. Governor Romney, you're taking the Ice Bucket Challenge? You bet I am. Here we go. Jeepers, that was mighty unpleasant, but it was worth it. To bring attention to ALS? No, not to have to give away any money. What's ALS?
Remember, people, this is an Accidental Killers Anonymous, so no one will ever know what you've shared here today. Okay, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, these guys was coming at us with fucking machetes and knobkieries, and one of our guys even saw one of them guys with a gun, you know? Did we have a choice? No, we didn't have a choice. We had to fire.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, my name is Tanya,
Hi, Tanya.
and I'm an accidental killer. 3 of my 4 children had a disease called spinal muscular atrophy. That means they had very little movement and they were likely to have a very short lifespan. I couldn't cope. My poor babies. I had to kill them. I didn't have a choice.
Thank you for sharing, Tanya. We know this isn't easy. Who else would like to share?
Yeah, so, like, I was driving my car and these kids just showed up, like, out of nowhere. So I drove into them. I didn't mean to.
But what were they doing there? I didn't have a choice.
Bravo.
Yes.
Bravo.
It certainly does feel like we don't have a choice in these situations, doesn't it?
I was driving a taxi full of kids to the school and yes, I drove over the train tracks. But I didn't see the train.
But there was a barrier, wasn't there? I mean, that meant that a train was coming.
Yes, but you see, they was late for school, so I didn't have a choice.
Of course, of course. Thank you.
I don't know how many times I have to say it, my lady. I heard a noise. I thought it was an intruder. I felt threatened, so I fired. I didn't have a choice.
Bullshit.
What do we believe this guy? Yeah, well, it was like fun when all of you guys said it.
Murderer.
That's it from us. Have a good week. Keep your heads down and your backs against the wall.
Expecting something terrible to happen?
Something terrible is happening. Right now, out there.
You are such a drama queen.
And you're such a...
Thanks for watching. Catch you next week.
You're such a... What's that animal with orange fur? I think it lives in Australia.
Keep trying.
It's got ears and some kind of face. Starts with a B or maybe a G.
This is so much fun. Do you mind if I take a little nap?
Big, mad eyes, claws, a wombat. No, that's not it. A koala... No, wait. It's on the tip of my tongue.